Welcome. It's a pleasure to see you all here. I hope you're ready for a little adventure that will take you far beyond the walls of this sanctuary to Hickory Bend, a small Midwestern town that is at the brink of a baffling Christian mystery. This, my friends, is the D&D Diner, the oldest and most popular eating place in Hickory Bend. Opened in 1985 by Dennis and Bella Morrison. It is now owned by their son and daughter-in-law, Wayne and Becca. Wayne did enough work here as a teenager to know that he had no interest or ability in running a diner. So Becca, who loves to cook, was happy to take over the management of the diner. The diner is just open for the day. The young man you see seated here is Wayne and Becca's son, Eddie. You'll meet him a little later. But right now, look to your right. See the two women headed this way? That is Dottie Swanson and her sister Maggie Marshall. They lived together in their childhood home. Maggie never married and has always lived in the family home she grew up in. Dottie is a widow. When her husband Eldon passed away a few years ago, Dottie found that she was not comfortable living alone, so she sold her house and moved back to the family home with Maggie. Dottie is a postmistress here in Hickory Bend, and Maggie is the town's librarian. In holding these two positions, they come in contact with almost everyone in town on a weekly basis. I imagine they hear a lot because people trust these two women. They feel they can say things to them without fear of having the whole town find out. Recently, I heard one of the town folks say that Maddie and Dottie understood the meaning of zip your lip. So that being said, let us join these two ladies in the diner and see what they are up to this morning.
So, is there anything special going on at the library today?
Well, we got our big shipment of books in yesterday, and I have to get those into the system and get them all up on the shelves. Then, a girl, Debbie Sanders, her family just moved into the area. She seen my volunteer sign-up sheet for the after-school Christmas story hour, and she signed up. So she's gonna come in today, and we're gonna pick out her book for her to start. How about you?
Oh, you know how it is at the library this time, at the post office this time of year. Everybody's mailing their Christmas cards, and pretty soon they'll be bringing in packages. I just hope they don't all show up at once. But I don't really mind, it makes it so festive. I might even buy a new tree for the lobby this year.
Dottie, you say that every year. You have too many sentimental attachments to that scraggly old Christmas tree.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I saw you come in. Here's your hot cocoa.
New chai tea and 2 delicious cinnamon rolls. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. It's amazing how you know everybody's order.
Well, I consider it part of my service for those of you come in every day or almost every day.
We appreciate it, and so does everybody else.
Good morning, Emily. How are you this morning? You're moving a little slow. Are you having back problems again?
No, not back problems. Heart problems.
What do you mean, heart problems?
Did the doctor tell you this?
No, not that kind of heart problems. Just heart sick. Kathy called last night.
Kathy, she's your niece you're so close to, right?
Yeah, so she lives out on the West Coast and was going to fly into St. Louis on the 22nd and rent a car and pick up my sister Louise. And then they were going to drive here and spend Christmas with me. I was so excited. I was finally going to get to meet my great niece Abby.
The way you're talking, it sounds like something's changed.
Kathy slipped and fell on some black ice and broke her foot. She has to be in a cast for weeks. On top of that, her husband Jeff's dad is having minor foot surgery and he has to stay with them through the new year. So I'm just gonna be all alone at Christmas.
Oh, Emily, I'm so sorry. Don't you have family over in Greensburg that you can spend Christmas with?
My cousin Ralph, but they're not gonna be home either. His wife Sue's family lives in Florida and they're gonna spend Christmas with her this year.
If things were different, you could spend Christmas with us, but we're not going to be home either. Every 5 years, the Marshall family has a big Christmas family reunion, and it's this year.
Emily, I'm going to pray and ask God to work something out for you. I believe He will.
Thanks. Becca, I think I'll just take some hot chocolate to go today.
Sure thing, I'll go get it now. Here you go. Thanks. Have a good day.
I sure wish there was something we could do for her.
Well, I told her I was gonna pray and ask God to work something out for her, and I know we will. Oh my, look at the time, we've gotta get going.
Becca, we're leaving. The money's on the table.
Thanks, ladies.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
later.
Mom, will Miss Emily really be all alone on Christmas?
Probably, unless something happens to change. Now you need to head to school, young man, before you're late.
Okay. See you this afternoon.
Bye.
Hi, Jesus. It's me, Eddie. Would you fix things for Miss Emily so she won't be all alone on Christmas? Thanks.
Well, the day is coming to a close here in Hickory Bend. Let's check in on the D&D diner. It doesn't look too busy right now, but I'm pretty sure we'll pick up in the last half hour before Becca puts up the close sign at 6. I see Dottie and Maggie are here already. They always meet here after they get off work, and then they go home together. And the 2 or 3 days out of the week, they pick up some of Becca's freshly made pastries to take home for supper dessert. I believe that's what they're waiting for now. And I see Eddie is at his usual table doing his homework. Becca insists that he do his homework while he waits for her to close up for the day. Look, someone else is coming into the diner. Let's listen in to hear what's going on.
Here you go, ladies, my extra special peach pie. Enjoy.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure we will.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Oh, why hello, Debbie.
Hey.
Dottie, this is Debbie Sanders, the girl I was telling you about that's gonna read for us.
Hi, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Well, I'll see you tomorrow, Miss Maggie.
Yes, you will. Thanks again for volunteering. Bye.
Excuse me.
Oh, hi.
Do you mind if I sit here? I don't like sitting alone.
No, I don't mind. Have a seat. My name's Eddie.
Thanks. I'm Debbie Sanders.
Would you like something to eat or drink?
Do they have Coke here?
Yep, I'll go get you one. Here you go.
Thanks. How much do I owe you?
Nothing. It's on the house.
How can you say it's just on the house?
Easy. My mom's the owner.
Cool, thank you.
I'm guessing you're in high school. Are you new here? I don't think I've seen you before.
Yes, I am new, and me and my family just moved here during Thanksgiving break, and we just moved here during Thanksgiving break, and you are right, I am a junior at the high school.
How do you like Hickory Bend so far? It's a pretty neat town, I think.
Well, it is nice, but it would be better if I could make some new friends. I'm surprised I'm even talking to you like this.
Well, I guess I'm just easy to talk to. So, have you gotten to know anyone in your classes?
There's a couple girls in my gym class that I'm friends with, but once the class is over, I go my way and they go theirs.
Well, give it time. You've only been here a month. I'm sure you'll make friends.
I hope so. Well, I better get going. My mom will start to worry if I'm not home by a certain time.
Okay, it was nice meeting you. Debbie, I'm only a 7th grader, and you probably think I'm just a kid, but I would like to be your friend, if that's okay with you.
Well, we can be friends, but I would like to find someone my own age to talk about a lot of things. I gotta go.
Bye. Jesus, it's Eddie again. I have another favor to ask.
Well, another day has rolled around here in Hickory Bend, and as usual, here come Dottie and Maggie, heading for the diner. They sure seem to be in a hurry this morning. I wonder why. Let's do a little eavesdropping.
I knew we shouldn't have stayed up so late to watch It's a Wonderful Life. A work night is not time to be staying up till midnight. You're right. Now all we have time to do is get our drinks to go.
Good morning, ladies. Running a little late, aren't we? Let me guess, did you stay up last night watching Christmas movies? A Wonderful Life or A Christmas Carol?
Becca, you know us so well. We watched It's a Wonderful Life.
Let me go get your coffee so you can be on your way.
Thank you. There's a red box sitting on our table. It has our names on it. Becca, is this box from you?
No, not for me. Eddie, did you see someone put this on their table this morning?
No, I didn't see anyone come in.
Well, let's see what's in it. Well, there's a couple of envelopes in here, and there's a note that says, Dottie and Maggie, please give these envelopes to whom they are addressed. Thank you.
Who are they addressed to?
One is Emily McVickers, and the other is Debbie Sanders. I can give Emily hers when she comes to get the mail today at the post office, but I'm not sure who Debbie Sanders is, but the name kind of sounds familiar.
It should. I introduced you to her just a couple days ago, right here at the diner, matter of fact.
Yeah.
She's coming in this afternoon. I could give it to her then.
All right, that sounds like a plan.
Okay, we gotta go.
Sometimes I wish I was just a little nosy to figure out what is going on here, but I'm not.
You've been thinking what lights you need to put on the back of the house yet?
I haven't thought about it at all. What are you talking about? Why would I need to do that? I don't even understand. Why would we need to put Christmas lights on the back of the house? Nobody's gonna see them. Plus, we already have enough lights on the front to light up the entire block.
No, we don't. Vern and Ira across the street have a lot more Christmas lights than we do.
They have a bigger house than we do.
So what? We have
Okay. I give up. I will string lights on the back of the house too, but you have to do something for me.
And what's that?
Please don't put up that awful, giant blow-up snowman. It throws everything else we have in the front yard out of proportion. Plus, it's looking down on the manger scene like some Himalayan Yeti. It's downright scary.
Good morning, Emma and Carl. What's so scary?
Emma's giant blow-up snowman. That's what's scary.
It is not scary. It complements the giant Santa that's across the street. Santa, Frosty, they kind of balance each other out, don't you think?
Okay, let's just drop it. Becca, how about some coffee?
Sure thing.
If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go powder my nose.
Thank you. Hey, can I ask you something?
Sure, as long as it's not for money.
No, it's not for money. I need to know how to stop bickering with Emma all the time. It's like we don't even know how to talk civil together with each other. Like, it didn't always used to be this way.
Well, that's not something I can answer. Maybe you should ask Pastor Jay, or better yet, ask God. He has all the answers. Now let me go get your breakfast. The usual, I assume?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Did you remember to tell her that I wanted bacon and eggs instead of my usual this morning?
No, sorry, I forgot.
I knew it. I knew you would forget. I knew I should order before I went to the restroom.
Look, I told you I'm sorry. Can't you accept that? I'm not perfect, you know.
You said it. I didn't.
Here you go, guys. Your usual. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Now there's a couple who needs an attitude adjustment. Let's hope that something changes in the next week or so. If it doesn't, it's going to be a very lonely Christmas for the both of them.
Well, I'm done. Guess I lost my appetite.
Me too. Guess that's one thing we're in agreement with.
Okay. Well, if you'll excuse me now, time for me to go powder my nose.
Ha ha ha, the man's got jokes.
There's the money for the ticket. I'll be back.
Becca, we're done. Here's the money. It includes your tip.
Thanks. I hope you and Carl have a good day. And don't let that snowman come between you.
Oh, Becca, I don't like to argue like we do, but I just don't know how to stop it.
Well, don't you think Carl feels the same way too, and he doesn't know how to stop either?
Maybe.
You ready to go?
Yeah.
Good thing we got our money's worth.
Mom, do they always fight like that?
Probably. I think they really love each other. They just don't know how to show it.
That's kind of sad.
Well, I got pies to bake, but young man, you need to head off to school.
Okay. See you this afternoon.
Bye.
Bye. Hi, Jesus. I'm back. Could you fix things between Mr. and Mrs. Tyler? I think they want to be nice to each other, but they just don't know how to show it. Thanks again.
Well, a few days have passed since the red box appeared out of the blue, as they say, on Dottie and Maggie's table. Looks like the mystery continues.
Mom?
What?
There's another red box on Miss Dottie and Miss Maggie's table.
You're kidding. Was it there when we came in this morning?
I don't think so.
I sure wish I knew what this was about. Today's Monday, and Dottie and Maggie don't come in on Mondays. Eddie, why don't you go out front and see if you see them coming? Have them come in.
Okay. Miss Dottie, Miss Maggie, Mom wants you to come in for a minute. It's important.
Is there something wrong? Does she need help?
No, nothing like that. She just needs you to come in real quick.
All right, Eddie, we're coming.
There's another red box on your guys' table.
Really?
Yeah, that's why Mom wants you to come in.
Dottie, Maggie, I'm glad Eddie caught you. There's another red box on your table this morning.
So Eddie told us.
Well, it has our names on it again. Let's see what's in there. Well, there's another envelope and another message that said that we should deliver this on to Mr. and Mrs. Tyler.
Well, it seems like we have a mystery. I wonder why we've been singled out to make these deliveries.
No, I guess.
Maybe because you know everyone in town knows what's going on in their lives.
Eddie, that wasn't polite, but he does have a point. You guys know, or everybody in town trusts you guys, and they tell you things that probably the rest of us just wonder about.
Yeah, well, speaking of trustworthy people, I bet Pastor Jay is behind all this.
You know, you could be right, but I don't think we should confront him about it just yet. There has to be a reason why we've been asked to make these deliveries and don't know what's in them.
You're right. I guess we'll find out eventually. But if we can go a little out of our way after work and take this by their house, maybe we can just put it in their mailbox.
Oh, that sounds good. We better get going. We can't have everybody wondering in town why the post office and the library's not open yet.
You're right. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. I'm leaving for school, Mom.
Okay, have a good day.
Well, Jesus, everything's a go. Thank you.
Well, several days have passed since Dottie and Maggie left the mysterious letter in the Tyler's mailbox. Let's eavesdrop a little to see if there's been any further developments in the red box mystery. I see that Dottie and Maggie are at their table, and I'm wondering why they're here so late. The post office and the library both closed an hour ago. By this time, they have normally made their end of the day stop here and would already be on their way home by now. And Eddie usually does his homework while he waits for Becca to close up. But today, he seems to be waiting for something or someone. Wonder what's going on with him. Say, would you look at that? Looks like 2 or 3 groups of people are headed for the diner. Let's tag along with them.
Becca, you've got some customers.
Whoa, where did you all come from?
I don't know about everybody else, but Emma and I were invited.
So were Michelle and I.
The same for Nancy and me.
Invited by who?
Pastor
Jay. Dottie, you're right. Didn't you just say the other day that you thought Pastor Jay was behind this?
Well, since your invitation's saved from Pastor Jay, where's he at? Where's your host? D&D Diner. Good afternoon, how may I help you?
Hi, Becca. It's Pastor Jay. I'm supposed to be there right now, but
Yeah, I know. Everyone you invited is here, wondering where you are.
and that's why I'm calling. Sue and I are babysitting our granddaughters for a couple of days. I was on my way out the door when my wife got a call from her mother, who said she fell and thinks she may have broken her wrist. So, she's on her way to her mother's, and I have to stay home with the girls. Fortunately, they are both napping right now, and I was thinking that you could put me on speakerphone so everyone could hear me, and I could hear them.
Sure, hold on. Everybody, it's Pastor Jay. He can't come unless we put him on speakerphone. Everybody say hi to Pastor Jay.
Hi, Pastor.
Great. I can hear you loud and clear. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Pastor, it's Maggie. What gives? Everyone received an invitation to be here tonight. Well, everyone but Dottie and I. Should we leave?
No. But I know you always stop there in the afternoons on your way home, so I figured you would already be there.
Well, it's a good thing we don't need to leave because it'd take a John Deere tractor to get us out of here. Now, tell us, what is up with these boxes that you were able to put on the table without anyone seeing you? And what is up with these envelopes that you asked us to deliver to all these people?
Pastor Jay, we can't help but notice everyone here is who you asked us to make those deliveries to. And they're here by your invitation, along with 2 others.
Well, let me clear up a few things. I did not put the red boxes on the table there at the diner, and I did not write the letters that were inside the boxes. Nor did I ask Dottie and Maggie to hand deliver the letters. But I do know who did.
Well, who was it, Pastor Jay? Who was able to sneak into my diner and put those boxes on their table without me knowing about it? Maybe I should have new locks put on the doors.
Becca, I'm sure your locks are sufficient. Now, let me tell you how I know about the red boxes and the letters inside them. A few weeks ago, a person who lives here in Hickory Bend came to me with a story and a request. For the time being, I'll call this person Bud. Bud had learned that 4 members of our community were not going to have a very Merry Christmas this year. And he wanted to do something about it. And he had a plan on how to do it. He came to me for advice. He told me his plan and wanted to know if I thought God would be okay with it. He didn't want to come across as a nosy busybody. He just wanted his fellow citizens to have a nice Christmas. I told him that I was sure God wouldn't be upset with his plan, that, in fact, we may have been God who gave him the idea in the first place.
So, who is this Bud? Please don't keep us in suspense.
Please bear with me just a tad longer. Emily McVickers, would you please read your letter from the red box that you received?
Yeah, of course. I have it right here. It says, Dear Miss Vickers, I heard that your family had to cancel their plans to come visit you for Christmas and that you would be all alone. There is a teacher at the middle school who is also going to be all alone at Christmas. Her name is Michelle Evans. She is really nice. Maybe the two of you could get together on Christmas. Why don't you contact her? It's signed A Christmas Friend. I had met Michelle on a couple occasions, so I contacted her and told her about the letter. She said it was correct. Her husband is in the military and was supposed to be home for Christmas, but there was a snafu with orders, and now he can't be here. We got to talking, and it turns out we both really like football. We're going to get together on Christmas morning and bake Christmas dinner and watch football and just spend the day together. If you hadn't already figured it out, this is Michelle Evans.
Hello everyone, happy to meet you all. I'm so glad I won't be alone at Christmas.
Hey.
Thanks, Emily and Michelle. Next, I want you to meet a newcomer to our town, Debbie Sanders. Debbie, you also received a red box letter. Would you mind sharing that letter with the group here?
Of course.
Mine says, Dear Debbie, I know you are new in town and need a friend. I know someone who is really nice but tends to be shy like you say you are. She would also like to have a friend. She goes to the high school and her name is Nancy Fleming. Maybe the two of you could get together. And mine's also signed A Christmas Friend. I had not met Nancy, but I knew she was in my Spanish class. The day after I got this letter, I introduced myself and showed her the letter. And now, well, I think we're on our way to being good friends. Nancy?
I am really happy I met Debbie.
Thank you, Debbie and Nancy.
Well, Pastor Jay, I guess it's our turn now.
You're right, Carl. Yes, it is.
Well, so as you all know, Emma and I have had a little problem with bickering, arguing. Honestly, it feels like we do it all the time. But a few days ago, we actually received one of those envelopes as well. And inside it, it says, Dear Mr. and Mrs. Tyler, how about trying the golden rule? Matthew 7, verse 12. It might help. It was also signed A Christmas Friend.
And so I went and got my Bible and looked it up, and basically what it said was that if however you want to be treated is how you should treat others.
Yeah. What an eye-opener that was. I mean, I looked at Emma.
And I looked at Carl.
And we just started laughing and even crying together. And then we were hugging.
We hadn't done that in a really long time, and it felt really nice.
There was also another verse mentioned in there.
Yeah, it was Ephesians 4:32, and it says, And be ye kind one to another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, even as God, for Christ's sake, hath forgiven you.
And after that, we prayed. And from that moment on, it's like we were brand new people. Or should I say, we went back to being the people that we were so long ago. People that enjoy being together and really love each other.
So we thought that the letter must have come from you, Pastor Jay, but you just said it wasn't. So if we ever find out who did write the letter, we just want them to know that it was the best Christmas gift anyone could have ever given us.
Well, like I said a few minutes ago, your letters did not come from me, but I do know who they did come from. And I invited each of you here this afternoon to introduce you to that person, because it was here in Texas Diner that it all got started.
So, Pastor Jay, are you saying that the person who left the boxes on our table and who wrote the letters for Maggie and I to deliver is here in the diner with us right now?
That's what I'm saying.
Pastor Jay, I think maybe it's time that you explained who this anonymous gift giver is and what their connection is to my diner.
You're right, Becca. A few weeks ago, a young man came to me and told me he wanted to do something for 4 people in Hickory Bend to make their Christmas happy. He said he wanted to write each of them special letters, but he wasn't sure how he could deliver them and still remain anonymous. I suggested he get Maggie and Dottie to hand deliver them because they probably come in contact with most of the townsfolk in the course of a week.
Okay, but how did the red boxes end up on Dottie and Maggie's table? How did someone bring those in without me seeing them?
Well, Becca, maybe you should ask Eddie.
Eddie, what does he have to do with it?
Well, Eddie came to me after the junior high youth group meeting a couple of weeks ago. He told me about overhearing you, Emily, talking to Dottie and Maggie about being alone on Christmas because your family wasn't going to be able to make it. And Debbie, do you remember talking to Eddie about wanting a friend? And you, Carl and Emma. Eddie heard each of you talk separately to Becca about wishing you didn't bicker all the time. And he just wanted to do something to make Christmas be happier for each of you. But as he put it, he's just a kid, and he didn't think anyone would take his actions seriously if you knew who he was.
Eddie, that was a very nice thing you did. I am so proud of you.
I think all of us here in the diner should give Eddie a nice round of applause.
Eddie, why don't you tell us what made you think of the things you did for all these people?
Well, when I heard Miss Emily say her family couldn't come for Christmas, I remembered that my math teacher, Mrs. Evans, told us a couple days ago that she was also going to be all alone on Christmas. Her husband is in the military, and he was supposed to be able to come home for Christmas, but something came up and now he can't. So I thought that maybe Miss Emily and Mrs. Evans could keep each other company on Christmas.
And Eddie, what about Debbie?
Oh, that was kind of easy. She came in here a couple days ago. She's a junior in high school. She came in here one day and sat down at my table. We got to talking. She's a junior in high school. She just moved to Hickory Bend in November, and she hadn't made friends with anyone yet. She told me she liked Hickory Bend, but would like it better if she had a close friend. That's when I thought of our neighbors down the street, the Flemings. Nancy Fleming is also a junior in high school, but she's really shy and always seems to be by herself. So I got the idea that maybe Debbie and Nancy might like to be friends.
Well, it looks like you were right. And Mr. and Mrs. Tyler, what about them?
Well, I don't really know them, but they are adults, and I'm still a kid to them. So I figured anything I said or wrote wouldn't do any good, but I figured they wouldn't ignore God. So I came up with the idea of giving them some Bible verses about getting along with each other.
Well, there you have it. You know, in a few days we will gather together in church to celebrate the birth of the Christ child, the greatest gift the world has ever known. When that baby grew to be the age that Eddie is right now, he knew who he was, and he knew why he was sent to the earth. In the book of Matthew, we read that Jesus' disciples rebuked the parents who wanted Jesus to bless their children, indicating that Jesus was too busy to be bothered with children. But Jesus said, "Suffer the little children and forbid them not to come unto me, for of such is the kingdom of heaven." And as Eddie has demonstrated these last couple of weeks, even a child can cause wondrous things to happen when he asks for God's help.
Amen.
Well, my granddaughter just woke up, so I have to go. I will see you all in church. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Well, I think this calls for free pie and coffee, all thanks to Eddie.
Well, there you have it, folks. The mystery of the red boxes is solved. And that being the case, I now bid you farewell.
Thank you, Jesus. Mission accomplished. I knew we could do it. Have a Merry Christmas up there in heaven, and Merry Christmas to all of you out there.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Karen Yoder. Please allow me to step out of my role as narrator and personally introduce to you the members of our cast and crew who worked diligently on tonight's presentation. I now give you Harley Harley Barkus and Madison Mangello, who played Michelle Evans and Nancy Fleming. Dylan Gershweiler, who played the unseen Pastor Jay. Shane and Jenna Studer, who played Carl and Emma Tyler. Heather Clausen and Haley Pemberton, who played Emily McVickers and Debbie Sanders. Stacy Madison and Anthony Studer, who played Becca Morrison and her son Eddie. And finally, Libby Aldridge and Annette Gershweiler, who played the Zip Your Lip Ladies, Dottie Swanson and Maggie Marshall. On stage behind the scenes were Jensen Aldridge, our prompter, and our stage curtain crew, David Simon and Devin Clausen. Across the way from me is our Stephen and Luann Barton, who provided the theme music for our production.